Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Out here, the guys were here this morning, ran this spreader. Remember when we talked 2 or 3 weeks ago, this was to be a heated driveway, so we had it all wired. They were going to do their tubes and then spreaders. They canceled the heated driveway, so we are in here now finishing up this project. So we poured that walkway and the steps a few weeks ago. Show you what this looks like. Oh, the potted plants look nice on there. Nice match too. So these boards get pried out and they're going to do decorative rocks inlays there. Tom ran a saw cut right down the steps. Looks good. I was hoping these just sort of kicked out now that everything's dried. Here's my conduit underneath that. So we'll go ahead and get this cleaned up here in a little bit. We have 2 more trucks coming. We're going to get pads 2 and 3 poured right now. That looks nice. Okay, we just ran a power saw, slight angle through those boards. Coming out good. Show you what that's going to look like. Running through there. Yeah, that way we're all rotted together. So they'll put decorative stones in there, maybe epoxy them, I don't know. Is there a leaf blower? Let's clean this off so it doesn't rain and get all sticky on there. Sounds good.
Right. Elliot, it's in the back seat.
Back seat, red truck. There you go. We'll hold off on this one till later. Okay. Concrete is due any minute. We are ready. And there it goes.
Drop pin in there.
I can't stop watching. Pull up on this side while you hit it.
Run it or you want
There you go. Okay. All right, all this can go in the junk pile. All right. Okay, first 10 yards is all done. What I found out was number 1 truck got stuck in traffic for about 45 minutes. Number 2 truck took a back road to get here to close the gap, but now this truck set up really fast and this one's just laying here a little bit. So they just need to catch up to each other and we'll be back in business. 7 more yards heading this way. we just made our last pour of the day. That was 7 yards. Just this last little, it's almost like a piece of pie, only not to a point. We're gonna start bringing this, stepping it around. Now tomorrow we'll show up here with 20 yards and we'll get down to probably his middle axle, his tag axle. That'll be 20 yards and then one truck to finish the apron late morning. So tomorrow we're set up real nice. All this hard stuff is done up here now. I'm gonna get busy. There's the sprayer and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 buckets of SRT. I'm going to put a coating on here to help protect it. We always do that on our driveways. For you new viewers, SRT from ChemMaster. It really protects the concrete against salts, de-icers that drip off the cars or people putting on their concrete. So you should never salt your driveway or de-icers, but people do. It gets on there, so SRT. So this is a big area to seal. So you just got to break it up into squares and look at each individual square as you're sealing. Make sure you cover it all. Me, I can get overwhelmed easily and just start spraying, and then I have missed spots everywhere. Costco socks did a value pack. We go through white off. Even coat, and I move on to the next one. Making sure I hit the joints real good. I want to get sealer all inside those joints. Salts and de-icers settle in there, and that's the first thing to do. Take a look at your schools, city buildings where they do a lot of salting. Tell me if I'm wrong. I really like to flood those areas. I can't walk on this one yet, that's why I'm reaching over. We just finished that about 45 minutes ago. Okay, I'll get my boots back on, finish it up. Thanks, Elliot. And last couple feet. Wrapping this up for today. Tomorrow, like I said, I think I said earlier, 20 yards and then the apron. So we'll be brooming this shortly. Just making sure we're nice and even with our existing concrete. We don't want to feel a bump, too much of a bump as you roll over that with a car tire. All right, and so on. Okay, that's how we'll leave it for tonight. Elliot's putting up our caution tape. We don't want people walking up this driveway and thinking they can walk on this. Elliot, let's move this all the way to the corner. There you go. Now go the distance. All right. I think we'll all agree that's enough concrete for today. See you in the morning. Here we are, day 2. We poured all that yesterday. Lost a little bit of track of where we're at. I think we have close to 40 yards in the turnaround, 20 going down the hill. It's quite early, about 6:45. We might get yelled at here in a minute. I'll leave the camera running if we do, but we just want to get this job done. So it's a little bit tighter mix on this hill. We can maybe add a pinch of water to that now that we have 5 feet forward. Too wet here, you can see how it just sags away from that. So keeping it a little bit tight helps it keep it stay up. Helps it just stay up there. Yeah, there we go. All right, I'll put you on time lapse. Talk to you when we're done. Okay, that was 10 yards. Everybody asked in the comments, how do you keep concrete on the hill? Well, you just pour it a little bit tighter. And believe me, it stays there. So there's Matt bull floating, making my straight edging look good, or as good as it can. Get the camera a little bit closer for you. I stopped about 2 feet shy of the end. Number 2 truck will be here any minute. Now we do a little mix and a blend and then continue. Even though it's plain concrete, no color, you could still see a color change there, so we just do a blend on it. Whew. Grab a drink of water. Round 2 in moments. And it's only 7:15. This is what I like to do. Come over here about in this area. Now I start eyeballing the roll coming up. I want it to look nice and smooth, rolling all the way up to the garage doors. I don't want to see chop, chop, chop in our joints. All the way down to the street. Now that only took minutes. He was just sitting around the corner. You can see how that's a real nice blend into our concrete. That's what we want. So we wired and rodded down just underneath his front tires. A little bit of just rolling on it won't hurt it. That looks nice. See how it's just hanging on that hillside? So we'll get about 5 or 6 feet out and make a decision. Do we want a sip of water in that or just leave it as is? What do you think, Elliot? Leave it how it is? Drink of water. What? Looks pretty good. As soon as I get started straight edging, I'll throw you on time lapse. I'll film the last bit of the driveway with a small truck of concrete straight edging, but you don't need to hear a lot of grunting and groaning from Matt. Okay, there it is. All the joints are cut in. We're gonna run a saw cut center right through here. Maybe a slight angle or curve, probably a curve, I don't know. We did a curve across the street, but of course that was a winding driveway. This, I'm guessing straight down, and then we'll curve it through the apron. Let's go with that one, I like that. A little bit soft, just did a little sample broom, tearing it up too much. We want a nice fine broom, but lots of traction. Driveway's steep, but I don't want to tear the aggregate and make a bunch of holes everywhere. So we'll just give it another minute. There's my coffee. Enjoy yours for a second. We'll be right back. Okay, there it is, 20 yards, just about done. I told you about our saw cut tomorrow. I have 6.5 yards coming for the apron. How you liking this hillside, Elliot? How many times you walk up and down this thing yet? 25,000. Okay, so I'm sure the homeowners are anxious to start driving up here. They've been walking up and down this hill for 2 weeks. It's a steep one. I'm not sure why they canceled the heat in this driveway. I didn't hear the reason why. So that was the delay on it. Okay, I'm going to dig some of this debris away from the apron here and get this set up. And our final round of concrete will be here in about half an hour. How's that edging looking? Good? Nice. That's our 6-inch picture framing. And all the way up the driveway. Okay, our third truck for today and final truck here for today. Just showed up. We had about an hour and a half gap. So we got all of our forms off, all cleaned up, lumber scraped, getting ready to start loading it. Always push them forward. So we're just going over with the driveway how we want to do this. This is 32, almost 40 feet across at the street. Nice wide approach. About 14 feet here. So I think we'll pull this over that way a little bit, just shorten it up, and then we'll keep that swale going. You can see the dip in that board. I'd like the straight edge to follow that. So it rolls right in, real nice, driver friendly, rolling right up the driveway. How's that for a better angle? That's what I'm looking for. Okay, before we bury it, we put a half a piece of expansion at the top. That way we have concrete pushing it against concrete, rebar underneath it. I dug a trough here so we have concrete pushing against the asphalt down about 8 inches. We don't want this driveway sliding down. We are tied in all the way up to that very first pad. And we are underway. Spreading a little, picking those rods up. I'll set you right here and go to work. Okay, so I pulled this over. Now I'm going to pull this down and keeping that swale going. Here we go. That's what we just straight edged down. You can see how we have a nice plane coming down. Kind of levels out, but it's still rolling going up the driveway. So last little bit of floating. Too small for a straight edge. There we go. So not counting the garage and the basement, patios, front walk, driveway, I think we're at 162 yards. Not too bad. Elliot, we could have been quicker. There you go. I like the attitude. Okay, as we're winding down this project, as cars come down, cars come in and roll over this corner, we want good protection there. That can flex a little bit, hairline crack, nobody will know it. Center cut coming down the driveway with a curve right in this area. So about the same distance over, a relief cut. Breaking this apron up quite a bit. Everything's going to be rolling in from this side. This is too long and skinny, so we're going to come up with a number from cut to cut and put one more in there center. Do you see where the conduits are? I'll take a picture and send it to you. So as cars roll over this is always going to crack. So that'll save us a phone call right there. And like I said, one more cut in the center and we will be good. All right, this will be ready to get on shortly. Get this done. What time is it? 10:30. Oh my gosh, it's 10:36 already. We got to get rolling. We got to be in Zillionople by 12. Not pouring, just prepping. Okay, just touching up some joints, edges. There's Ryan on the curb edger. I don't think this gives us crack protection. It just looks nice. It's just a little ridge. And he'll just come back and touch all this up. And we'll be pulling this board off. It'll make it easier to run a joiner through. Or we'll catch those with a grinder tomorrow. Alright, we'll be signing off here shortly. I'll get some sealer on this. SRT from ChemMaster. Cleaning tools in this wheelbarrow now for 3 trucks. We have an inch of debris in the bottom. So here's how we clean that out. Take a couple handfuls of rocks. Nice and clean. Okay, here we are, home stretch. Final steps. SRT. See how it goes on like a whitish blue. Really helps you with the coverage. Make sure you get all this surface area. Get in the grooves real good. There's my gloves. And when this dries, it'll look like that up there.
I got you.
Okay. Okay, there it is, all done. Nice project for us. As always, thanks for tuning in to Conquer with the Hosses. We're gonna head to Zilly and prep a patio. Come on along with us. Probably not going to film today. We'll pick it up tomorrow with the filming.